Well, here's the progress I've made. This one is taking a while. And you know what? It looks pretty. Got some nice pumpkins, fall leaves, scarecrow, quilts. The quilts are super fun to put together. Here's what I have left to do. Kind of hard to guesstimate, but I got the tricky parts down and now to do, and there are a lot of them. Hopefully they'll go as quickly as the last 10 minutes have. All right, see you in a minute. If only I had this many pieces to put together, but yeah, we got quite a bit more. Time to keep on trucking. Let's see, what part to work on next? Maybe let's finish up the random pieces to the church. And this little house over here. And this house area over here. Because there aren't that many pieces left to those areas. Oh, no. I was about to say, oh, look, that looks like that's needs to go. Oh, wait, I think it does. I might have the section incorrect in here because this definitely fits. Right. Something is not quite right because I got to just pull it to make it fit. That's been happening a bit with this puzzle. But I think it might just be because, well, in one case I did have a couple pieces in the wrong spot. So I'm sure that's this case as well. Let's just see if we can mush this together to make it work. I think we just did. Okay. Continuing on. Okay, there definitely aren't any more house. Oh, here's some. I knew there were a couple. I just didn't quite know where they were. As you can see, there's a lot going on in this puzzle. This is one that I've had for a while. I have done it before. Being 1,000 pieces, though, it does take a bit of time. And when I'm aware of how much time is passing, since I'm not recording a lot of it, it makes me wonder if perhaps I should focus more on 500-piece puzzles. But that's neither here nor there at the moment. Right now, the goal is to keep chunking away on this one. And I am getting there. Where is that little point? I do use the box a fair bit. Because there's lots of little details to work with. So, okay, I think I might be done with the house. I think what I'm going to do, house and the church, I think what I might do is work a little bit more on the fall foliage that is up in the corner. Because there's not that much of it. Let's see. It's this bit up here. And here, and a couple bits over there. So I think we can make this work. I mean, I know I can make it work. It's just how long it will take me, that's all. Let's get that big piece over there. That would be super. This one? Yes, okay, that's good. This one right here, which I can get that one done pretty. There it is. It's a little tricky because there's pumpkins down here too that are still missing a few pieces. I'm like, pumpkin? Nope. Not there. Set that one aside for a minute. Sometimes a piece has a teeniest little edge of something else, and that'll help you find where it goes. Like, oh, there's a piece of the mailbox. So now I know where this goes. That sort of thing. See, I don't know if you can tell, but this one has a little bit of a, it definitely has a darker color and a lighter color. And to me, that looks like, it should be over here someplace, like a part of a bush. I don't know, I thought that would help me. I'm going to set that one aside. This is sort of how it's been for like the last 20 minutes. I was kind of like, oh, I should have been recording because, and of course, as soon as I say that, I'm not just dropping pieces in anymore. There we go. So I thought, well, in case this last bit is a little bit easier than I thought, maybe I should start some recording. Because if I don't record it, it doesn't exist. No, that's not really true, but of course, it's definitely not on video if you don't record it. Okay, I think I've covered all of the bits of the fall foliage up there. It is beautiful. I wonder where this is. Let's take a look at the box and see if it says anything. The name of the puzzle, by the way, is Harvest Festival by Nancy Wintersbach. That is probably all we're going to get as far as location. Yep, this is just a generic quilt and farmer's market right over here. And there is a arts and crafts fair going on and a bake sale. It totally looks like a place I'd want to go. Do you have any fall things that you like to do? There is still some fall left. I don't know where you live, but here's that bake sale. Bake sale goes, the pieces are kind of don't hold together very well, so it's kind of hard to move them. I might consider, I know there's a thing called a puzzle scoop, but you can also use like a spatula. I might start, it's not, a spatula is not as big as the puzzle scoop, but it might be a good idea for me to start using that. Okay, there's that one. Where is this one? This is another piece of the house or the church. It's in the shadow. That should help me. Like right here? No, it doesn't quite look like it. I think it's in this general area. There's really not that much more that has to be done with. You know what? Let's just take a look at the box. See if this will help me. I think it's supposed to go over there. Yeah. And then it looks like we have one more piece there and a little piece of the church. So it'll pop up at some point. So that makes me feel better. Makes me feel better that we have the foliage taken care of. So now essentially we're working on the bridge and the fall flower garland, etc. that's on the bridge. Because as you can see, I have the quilts here. I have the base of the bridge. That might be where not the base, the wall, side wall of the bridge. That might be where I want to go. I think I'm going to leave these flowers for last. I remember in the past that was a little tricky to do. I'll move this up just a little bit so you can see the bottom. The cute little duckies. There's a dog over there. Keeping watch over the ducks. This one's like, what are you? You're not a duck? Okay, so on to, it'd be super nice if I could get this part hooked in. I know it goes in that vicinity. I wonder if it's upside down. It's slightly higher than the other part. You see where it goes? So you have this, which is the craft fair, and then this part, which goes above the quilt. Just for grins, I'm going to turn it around and see if it becomes more obvious to me. No. Oh, see, here's this sidewalk, and then it kind of continues. The sidewalk in the background, I think it is supposed to be like this. And it's not up here. I think this is going to remain a mystery for a minute. Oh, unless this goes here. Does that go? Let's just take out one piece to try it. It does. Okay, here we go. There we go. Let's get this one back in place. Sometimes I don't want to just try to smush. I think that was the problem, because I don't think this one fit where I was trying to make it fit. Okay. We're going to leave that little guy over there for right now. We'll see you later, friend. Let's get to work on that bridge. The other part that I have to work on, this is the roof of the bridge. This is not the easiest either, but there are ways that I can do it. See, this has a little bit of foliage on it. So there we go. And I think that's what you need to consider when you're working on a puzzle, is what's that little piece that's on there. See, there was another one that had a little bit of foliage. And this one goes around here someplace. Because do you see that? Well, you probably don't, but that tiny little bit of green. Let's see if I put one of my bright green plates behind it. Nah, that's not going to help. How about the white puzzle box? The tiniest little bit of green. And I think that goes over in this section someplace. I'd like to get that taken care of. Ah, there it is. This is what I mean about swishing things around. That one is in the wrong spot, and that's why I couldn't make it go. But I was going based on this teeny little corner of yellow. There we go. That one's back in its right spot. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. Okay. Oh, and there's another teeny piece. Sometimes it becomes a lot more evident once you have left pieces, I guess, or pieces that are fewer pieces. That's what I was trying to say. Now, this one, I think I'm going to give myself a little bit of a break, and I'm going to sort these flowers. You see how they're mushed up? There's some pieces that are just roof and some pieces that are roof and flowers. So let's put those, any of the pieces of the roof or just plain pieces of flowers, the roof and flowers or just flowers, that's going to go over in this section. Is that will make that part a little easier eventually. So as I said, if it has a little bit of something else, but right now it's sort of helping me kind of regroup a little bit. Now see, this one has part of the roof, and now I can take that one aside. So when I first did the sorting, there was just a lot going on, or the trim is what I guess I should say. That's actually the gazebo, and you don't see these things until you have fewer pieces. Here's more gazebo roof, and then this one had more of the foliage, so it made it easier. Excuse me. Okay, I think oh, here's another piece that has part of the roof trim. Just the teeniest little bit can help you out. Okay, I think that's sorted better now, and I'm going to set this one aside. Okay, we've got some random pieces in here. Let's see if we can take care of some of these randoms. Got some pretty flowers, but it also has part of a quilt on it. There we go. Oh, I never noticed it before. The sign that says bake sale today, there's actually pies and cakes there. I never noticed that before. Cute little things that you find. I love bake sales. This time of year, to be honest, well, I got a lot going on this weekend, but to be honest, it makes you want to go out and look for craft fairs. I actually am on a mailing, an email list for fairs, and I think maybe I should take a look, because I'm like, wherever there's a craft fair, there's almost always going to be a bake sale. Almost always. Not that I need a bake sale, but there's something about somebody else's homemade cookies or cake. Okay, this goes over here someplace. Because honestly, I don't bake. I baked something the other day. I wouldn't say it was the most delicious, but it wasn't bad. But there are some people that are queens of baking. So why not let them do their thing? They love it. They're good at it. I remember I went to a craft fair recently, and what did I buy? I don't remember, but it was the best. That's very, very specific, but it was so good. It was sisters that were working on, that were selling their baked items. And I might have even gone back and gotten more. I'm not quite sure. And it's quite possible that craft fair is this weekend. Maybe I should look into that. Okay, where is this piece? This is more, these are flowers. Mums. Oh, I did buy some mums recently for my front porch. That made me happy. Oh, these are not. Here we go. Just the simplest little decoration. I just bought some mums, and they were in a pot that was a jack-o'-lantern. Plastic pot. And the cool thing is that I can use that again in the future. So sometimes that's what fall can mean. It's just those little touches. And there's still time. As I'm filming this is the middle of, is this upside down? Ah, that's jewelry. I've never paid attention. Where's the jewelry? It's probably by the arts and crafts sign. Where is it? Where are you? Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I just haven't been looking at this puzzle. The last time I did it, The last time I did it, I wasn't doing YouTube, so I'm like, oh, look, this goes there, and I wasn't even paying attention. And sometimes that's what happens in life. You know the saying, don't see the forest for the trees or something like that? And that can happen. You can miss the fine little details. But when you're looking for the details to try to help you with a puzzle, then you see things that you didn't see before. And it helps you focus your attention on the things that you might be missing. I know that is one of the pillars of the bridge. And it has a teeny bit of something else on it, but I'm not really sure what. It's not this pillar. It has a slightly different color than that pillar. I keep thinking it wants to go there, but it doesn't. I think we're going to have to set this one aside. Okay, let's see what random... Oh, I bet you I could get this random stuff. Let's move these. Let's move these little guys over. That's something that I try to do too. When I dump out all my pieces into all my trays, and I try to sort them out, but then what I also try to do is, okay, so I only have 3 pieces on this one. Guess what? They're getting moved over, and I'm moving my tray out of the way. Okay, let's see what we have now. Some pretty, oh, that is definitely garland for the bridge. Looks like we have a little more foliage. I don't know, and that's the edge of a building. I think we were missing. Oh, here it is. Okay, here's another piece of the flowers on the bridge. Here's another piece of flowers on the bridge. Maybe that's what I should do. Take that stuff out of my random pile and just get it out of the way. Okay, back to business. And that's what I mean. There's the teeniest bit of red at the bottom. Like how I'm missing a teeny bit for the flag. There's another piece of the house. As part of that bake sale. Putting a little blue jay out there. Does that work? It does. I think it does. Anyway. You can see now I'm getting some of the trim filled in. That'll make it a little easier. And it's all because they were things that were connected to the foliage, and the birds had the little bit of trim there. And you go piece by piece, and it's really not that hard. I think I'll separate these out again. These are pieces of the bridge, but that have some garland on them, which will help later, but right now is kind of a little bit of a visual distraction for me. So let's just get it out of the way. Yeah, that's better. And you can also look to see, okay, here's trim that's sloping down this way, not this way. So that means it has to go somewhere on this side, I think. Oh no, it could go that way. And see, then you're not going to be able to see this. But then if I'm like, oh, well, if I just turn it this way, the wood grain is going this way instead of side to side. So now I know it has to go over here someplace. I don't like it just sitting there. It's going to come back. Ah. This. Thought I knew where that went. I guess I do not. Let's put that trim over there. I'm definitely getting closer. If you can't tell, it's like going zoop because of the trim and then because of the roof. I'm not saying I'm going to be getting this done in 10 minutes, but bit by bit, through the magic of time lapse, this will probably be done sooner than I think. take that out. Maybe it just wasn't in the right spot. It wasn't. See? Again. Hey, there's that piece too. All right. And this one goes over here. So now what we're essentially left with are the random sunflowers that are on this edge and the shingles. I think all of the other random pieces are filled in. Holy smokes. All right, I don't know why, but I'm not interested in working on the flowers right now. So I think I'm going to work on the shingles. So now, this might be a good time to sort by, well, see, there's two different ways that you can sort by here. You can sort by the direction that the tiles are angled. They're like left to right on a diagonal. Or if they were all the same color and had no other texture on them, I could sort, oh, here's another one with a tiny little piece of flower. Then I could sort, and another tiny piece of flower. Then I could sort by puzzle piece shape. But in this case, I think I'm going to sort by the diagonal of the pieces. That are more distinct, I think, over here and kind of mushier over here. And I'm just noticing that when I'm looking at the pieces now. I don't know if that's significant. Well, it's probably significant of, or that part of the roof is more weathered. So that'll make it a little bit easier too. that I just could not see where they went before. Okay, friends, all we have are these flowers. That is good news. Okay, we made it. Holy cow, look at that. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Move it so you can see it. I had a little bit of a challenge because I have two poster boards taped together, and so it meant the middle was just not completely matching. And then I said to myself, you know what? So what? It means it's going to buckle a little bit. It's not perfect. Your setup, life's not perfect. See, you can sort of see the little fault line there if I press my finger. See? But then if I just kind of smooth it over, it's good enough. So there you have it. You have the beautiful foliage, beautiful flowers, the bake sale, the quilt show, the jams and jellies, the local produce, your pumpkins, your scarecrow. I don't think there's anything about fall that's not in this puzzle. Okay, let's think. Pumpkins, check. Fall foliage, check. Bake sale, as we talked about, check. Harvest festival, check. Now, I haven't been to very many that have quilts outside like this. I hope the weather's good and it doesn't rain. Definitely been to places that have fresh apple cider. And of course, the apples, the scarecrow. I generally don't see too many dogs and little chicks running around, little ducks. But this is beautiful. This is beautiful. And it's along the water. How nice. And there's a church. Often when you're out in the country, which this looks like it's out in the country to me, there are a fair number of churches. Sometimes it seems like it's church after church. And that's a comforting thing. Oh, and leaves down here on the pavement. I think we've got it all. So, welcome to fall. If by the time you watch this, you still have a little bit of October and November in there, go to a harvest festival. Go get yourself some fresh apple cider, even if it's at the grocery store. Then you can pour it into a mug, heat it up in your microwave. So delicious. What I like to do sometimes is I get the treats of the season in the season. For example, around St. Patrick's Day is when we get the soda bread. We can honestly buy soda bread any time of year, but we try to limit it to St. Patrick's Day time because you can't eat soda bread all the time. So again, this is a cute Cobble Hill 1,000 piece puzzle by Nancy Wintersbach. I hope you've enjoyed this time. I hope I've given you a couple of tips when you have some tricky spots in your puzzle. And again, a lot of life is like puzzling. Take it a step at a time, do 15 minutes, then it turns into 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you're having problems visualizing the bigger project, take a step back. There's so many things to keep in mind with puzzles. Thanks so much, friends. We'll wrap up here in just a minute.